Hello everybody, it's me, Viking George, and today I'll be showing another Linux tutorial, and from now on I plan on doing only Linux tutorials, but if you have any requests, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below. So this time I will be showing you how to install League of Legends on Linux. Now, this is how it runs for me. It runs pretty fine. Oopsie, that's actually loud. Uh, Yeah, the client is kind of laggy. That's for everyone. Don't worry. It's not fixable as of now. Riot Games are working on their client anyway. So after they fix the client, I hope they're going to fix it. It's going to be fine even for Linux. So as of now, this method works and it should keep on working. And this method does not involve using LUTRIS. So if you don't want to use LUTRIS, you have come to the right place. Okay, so let's first of all close League of Legends, exit, and let's, yeah, it's kind of spammy, but I can just close it. So, uh, the first thing that you need to do is, of course, yeah, I have these open because you need the files from here. So let's open our file manager first. I'm using GNOME on Arch Linux. So in downloads, I have it downloaded. What was this? Proxima. Yeah, fonts, right. I already have them installed and don't need this. Grab to the themes, I already installed one. I'm gonna need this, but let's just move it to pictures. So, uh, you have to download the XVK from this GitHub page, link in the description. Basically, go to github.com/slash doitsugen/txvk/releases. I'm gonna put this in the description, so don't worry. From here, you come on the newest one. You come to assets, and you see this txvk 1.6 tar gz. Download this one. After you download this, of course, it's gonna say number one for me, so I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna press escape. I already have it here. You open this, your archive, and you extract it to some directory. You make some directory. I advise that you do not delete your directory. It's not big. It's just a couple of megabytes. It's a pretty small one. And if you don't want it to bug you like I did, I basically did dxvk. I already have this folder because I have already extracted it. So we're gonna skip this step. You just need to you like make the folder, then you go to it, and then you click extract this button here. So I already have it extracted. Not gonna do that. Come back to home George /.dxvk, and there you have it. You come into this. Now it's time. So I already have this. Stay in this folder. Like, just put that aside here. You're gonna need it. Next step. You can also do this first if you would want, but it's good to have wine, of course. You need it. Doesn't matter which wine, but you have to get wine. So I recommend that you use the AOR build of this guy. You can of course get it and compile it from source, from GitHub. Or you can just get a binary package from here. And because I'm from Arch Linux, I basically use the AOR. I don't want to add his repository. Not that I don't uh, like using binaries, but it's already in the AOR, so why even bother to add his repository? It's very fast to install. So practically, you don't even have to add his repository. Even if you're not on Arch Linux, he already has a conversion script. He has the master tree Debian. So you can basically use the Debian packages as well. You just come on this one and you get the Yeah, these are 2-bit ones. But yeah, that's what I need. It's League of Legends. You need a 32-bit one for it. So, yep. Because League of Legends is made for 32-bit, you can also use a 64-bit wine, which is what you should install by default. You should have your default wine. So, like I showed you, you have to install this wine first. So sudo pacman s, then you do wine staging. That's what I recommend for a base. I already have it, so I'm not gonna install it. You can also go to lib32 wine staging. I'm just gonna show you. Oh wait, lib32 wine. Oh shit. You have to enable multi-lib. Already have it enabled. Just gotta look for a package. But anyways, after you install wine staging, you should also install the 32-bit dependencies. Doesn't matter. You don't really need them because you already get the 32-bit one version from here. I'm just saying you should. Auto completion does not work for me. Anyways, so after you have installed wine, it's also good to install WineTricks, but it's not necessary. I don't really use it. I just have it in case I need it. But you already get wine CFG, and you can say here, oops. Yeah, you don't even need to specify a wine prefix because you already installed the game in .wine, so everything is going to be in wine. Yes, I do have LUTRIS on my computer, and it stores games in slash games. I haven't intended on installing it because I just wanted to try to install GeForce now. But anyways, so you have .wine, which is, let me open a new one. Here, Control L, then I go to .wine, and here you see drive C. This is your prefix basically, wine. So drive C, you see Riot Games, League of Legends, and I mean that's after you install the game. I'm not gonna run the installer just because you should know how to install your game, but I'm gonna tell you the steps after that. Don't start playing the game directly after you do this. It is going to work, but it will lag a lot. So you need to follow my next step. So you see lakeline.exe. All right. So you have downloaded DXVK already. Now we should add it to our wine prefix. So in this case, we're going to cd.dxvk, this folder here, and here you see the setup.dxvk that you have here. So if you do /setup.dxvk, it's gonna tell you in recognize section. And here you can see all the flags you have to do. So what I have to do is setup.dxvk.sh. Sh means shell script. You do install, but don't press enter right now. First, do with d3 d10. You see this flag, the third one, I mean the second one. And you just press enter. It will install it to the wine directory. If it does not, you just need to append this in the front. Wine prefix equals, and you do it like home, which is tilde / .wine, like this. And it's gonna install into your wine prefix. Now I'm not gonna do it because I already have done it. So basically, that's what you need to do. You have installed DXVK after you did this. So now that you have DXVK, let's do wine CFG it's gonna go to your default .wine. So it's nothing complicated. You just go to libraries, and you need to have this one here. And it needs to say native. And not built-in. It needs to say native. Alright. Now that all of these are native and it's all looking good, we come on here. It's good to have this enabled even though it's deprecated. It still needs to be enabled. You could also try with VAPI as a backend for the DXVA GPU decoding, but you need to consider that it might actually crash your game, so you're at your own risk. You might have to revert it after that. So environmental or audio extensions won't really crash your game, but the audio has no issues, so I don't know why would you actually add that. It might actually clutter your audio. So just keep the first one. Don't enable GTK3 theming. One just looks buggy as hell. And after you're done, just press OK. Or apply and OK, doesn't matter. But if you press OK, you're just going out and you're saving it. So we already have installed DXVK and we've set up the one prefix. Now, basically, what I need to do to run League of Legends is doing, because that wine actually installs in a separate directory. It's not in binary, of course. It's stored in opt wine lol bin wine like this. And then you have to copy this directory and copy it to two quotes, paste it, and then do another slash in it and type League client exe. That is going to start the game for you. It's going to say updated every time, but this should not bother you, I guess. So what I have to do is basically run this command. So now wait, it's going to say that it's not responding, but let it finish. Don't stop it. It's going to run. Just give it a little bit of time. Like, you come here and just press wait. And give it some time. It's going to load. Come on. I told you to wait. Okay, just going to wait. It's going to load in. Oh my God. So annoying. I mean, you could basically let it stay if it doesn't bother you. Just give it about a minute, it will load. This is basically fault to Riot Games because loading League of Legends is actually quite slow, even under Windows. You need to wait for like 10 seconds. So here it's basically like 10 seconds by 6 times. Yep, there you go. League of Legends, it showed the logo. So you have to wait a bit. Just wait. Yeah, it's gonna spam your terminal window. I'm gonna tell you another trick for this. There are numerous tricks that you can do, and it won't use even terminal after you make it. But yeah, we actually load it. Of course, it's gonna lag my game after I play because I'm recording my whole desktop. So let's let it load. It's almost done. Yeah, I know about the match history maintenance. Please don't warn me. Of course, your friend list will load within a minute. Yeah, loading up. It's not gonna give you groups at first. There we go. Now that we have everything loaded, you can just go straight on play. Try it first on training and adjust your settings for your system. I also like to lower my sound to like 3. Of course, wait for 2 seconds before it becomes active. And then it'll confirm. For start game, I'm just gonna show you that it does not show anything of anti-cheat and stuff like that. It's also good to enable low spec mode. So go to mid lane. and I guess go and pick a champion. In this case, I'm just gonna pick Lux. And let it load. Don't worry about the spam in the console. It does not take any space on your hard drive. It's all pretty safe. Just if it's annoying you, I'm gonna show you a little bit easier way to start League of Legends because the command is kind of long. Not gonna lie. Uh, there we go. Yeah, the helper bugs, but that happens even on Windows. Yeah, I don't know why it does not work. Spells work. It's lagging only because I'm recording, guys. It's fine or otherwise. But if I actually come on here and remove vertical sync, it should not lag anymore.
The strongest light is the one within.
Actually, it will still, regardless, because OBS is not very optimized for older GPUs. So yeah, that's why. Otherwise, that you see the FPS is about 60, and that's because OBS is limiting it, of course. Otherwise, it could reach about 100, but I keep it at 60 with using wait for vertical sync. You should actually keep it at 60 so that your GPU doesn't go too far, and just use vertical sync. I mean, if you're using a 300 hertz monitor, then of course, by all means, uh, use your uh, uncapped option. And if you have a good GPU, of course, who would have a good GPU? Who wouldn't have a good GPU if they have a 300 hertz display? That expects you have at least 2060 RTX or XT 5500. Depends on what you're using AMD or NVIDIA. This method is for NVIDIA. If you're using AMD, it's good to have Mesa drivers installed too. So you see the game is working. You can open the shop, all the keys are working. Just why didn't it work for me? But it did before I started recording. But even if it doesn't, you can just click the icon here. And it will lock your screen. If you like me, like to lock my screen. All these work. I haven't spammed the fuck out of them and the game didn't lag, as you can see. You can get all the stuff. You can buy items.
As a frequent shopper, shouldn't I receive a discount? The one element I was lacking.
My favorite starting items on Lux, of course. Uh,
Does this come in multiple colors?
and you can choose either this or this, depends if you're falling back against this, and this is if they have a lot of tanks, so I usually go with this.
Becomes goods. Basic economic alchemy.
It's relatively cheap and gives you a lot of AP. And of course you can, yeah.
One element everyone respects.
So yeah, basically, that's how you run the game. And you see, it's actually playable even while I'm recording it. It's actually playable. But anyway, let's continue with the tutorial. On the game. And it won't show you any bugs after you close it. It's just gonna go straight back to your client. If it does not pop up, just click on it. It's not a big deal. It does pop up on Windows, but on here, even if it doesn't, Let that be the only problem. Okay, so now that I showed you that the game already works, let's leave this lobby and let's close League of Legends. Uh, Next up. So this won't stop like this. You can just press enter and it stops. Yeah, so that's basically what you're doing. So clear. Now, you have to be in your home folder for this. So that's why you do cd tilde. That means home. Or you can also do cd home your user. In my case, George. So in this folder, your home folder, you have a file called bashrc. Now, what you need to do is choose your favorite text editor. I can show it in a graphical and a command line way, but I would use Nano for this one. I can also use Vim, but I'm gonna use Nano because I don't. It's not a big file and I don't need any special functions, so I'm just gonna use Nano. Now, of course, I have my bash because I was lazy to install ZSH, even though I'm gonna do that because auto completion on bash sucks. Literally, if you install all my bash, the auto completion is ridiculously bad and it doesn't work on everything. So I'm gonna install ZSH either way. So here, you have to put this row. Okay, so of course call the command whatever way you like, I guess. Alias League of Legends, or you can also say a lol equals quote. You need to do two quotes and type this in between. opt slash like slash opt slash wine dash low slash bin slash wine. This is the executable wine in the binary folder of wine low, which is stored in opt. That's where this guy stores it, and that's where it installed after I did yas wine lol. That's what it installs, and then you go to this and type slash home. Like you do space slash home slash your username in this case actually slash dot wine slash drive underscore c slash riot. Now here you have two options. You can do an escape character like I've done. Escape character space games slash league escape character of escape character legends league client.exe. Basically, just do this. The other way is you can add secondary quotes, but you also have to put the mark the escape character in front of them. So either way is possible. Just done this one, and you just close the quote here, and that's pretty much it. After you have done this, you just Control X and then you press Y and then Enter. I've not written anything so it doesn't ask me. You also the source dot bash rc. And now, after I type in League of Legends, it's gonna start League of Legends. That's a simple one-liner command that you can use to start League of Legends. Basically, just type League of Legends and it opens League of Legends. Of course, give it 1 minute. If so, it's basically that other command. It's gonna work without any lag if you have at least some, let's say 750 Ti GPU. It's not gonna lag, even on max settings if you disable shadows, of course. So yeah, I guess that's how you do it. And now it's gonna show up the League of Legends logo. Did it terminate something? Why? Okay, if this does terminate, just start it again. Sometimes happens. So just start it again. If it doesn't run once, just do it twice or thrice. It's gonna run eventually, so don't worry. You don't need to try the other command, it's already working. Just give it some time. Just click once wait, I guess, so it's not going to terminate it. I guess keep on saying wait, wait, wait. And it's gonna wait for it. Another thing you can do to enhance your performance, I'm gonna show you after we start the game. But you need to do a borderless window instead of full screen, which is not a big problem for most of you, I hope, but some people don't like playing in borderless window mode. Yeah, there you go, League of Legends up. It's up and running. And I'm gonna show you what else you can do so that you don't start the terminal to start the game and just click an icon. You can basically make a shortcut with a .desktop extension and make it executable and put it to start with the command League of Legends after you have set it up as an alias, or just type that command, the longer one, and it's gonna run. Just load up. So basically, you have like 1 minute and a half before League starts. It's not a big deal. Even though if you're in a hurry and you want to play an ARAM game, it's still kind of annoying. But we Linux users are usually patient, so you should not be rash if it does not start. Just do it the second time, I guess. At most, 2 out of 3 times it's gonna start. So if it doesn't start, it's gonna show you and it's gonna stop spamming the console. So that's why I suggest you to use the console way, but you can also do a desktop one. But I guess that's entirely your choice. I prefer the console one. Plus, I don't clutter my desktop with icons. I am using GNOME, and GNOME users usually don't have icons on the desktop, even though there are extensions for that. I don't want to add any extensions for icons on the desktop because I love seeing my wallpaper of my beautiful Lux. Water Lux for the win, guys. So basically, what you can do now is, if you want to enhance your client, you open your system monitor or system manager, doesn't matter, or whatever you call it, doesn't matter your desktop environment. Let's look for League of Legends client. So first of all, you change the priority to very high. Of course, it's gonna ask for your password. It's also good to have this at very high and this at very high. The crash handler, just put it at very low. Just put it in the very back because the crash handler isn't something that you should necessarily have a need of. It's only there just because it has to run so that the game runs. But if you really want to send crashes to audience, you can just keep it at normal. If it's low priority, it's barely gonna pop up. So yeah, having these at very high would actually kind of speed them up a little bit. Yeah. Not a whole lot, but yeah, it's basically only 1 second now instead of 2 seconds. So that's, I guess, as fast as you can get for the climb. The in-game thing you should also make higher priority. Yeah, you still gotta wait for like 2 seconds for the sound, but I guess EAX, maybe something like that could fix it. I don't know. It's actually the client's fault here. You can freely swap between programs, of course, even though it's gonna lag your game if you're on a computer like mine. If you're on a better computer, it's actually gonna lag for like half a second, but it's gonna fix itself. You can keep your window size this big if you want. You can make it smaller. That's what I prefer. Um, basically have everything, and it's all functional. You can even VC, and the VC does not lag at all. You hear them straight as they talk, it does not like at all. It's basically like talking on Discord with Linux. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you like the video, and I hope it helps you. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments below.